Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Salam Media. It is now 8:30 on the dot. I'm going to be your host through for the next half an hour. I've been with you from 7 o'clock this evening. My name is Thaakir Dawood, and we've been chatting on a variety of things. We've been chatting tech with Jan Vermeulen. We've been chatting to Len Moleko about the current state of football in South Africa. And then we profiled the Eastern Province assistant coach, Aslam Abrams. What an amazing story. So inspirational. But right now, we're going to be chatting to our favorite cricket analyst, Suleman Modan. He's going to be telling us more about Pakistan's tour to South Africa and what we can expect in tomorrow's match. Suleman, assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your evening to join me on Salam Media. I hope things have been good at your side.
Wa alaikum salam, Thaakir. Jazakallah for having me again on the show. Everything is okay here in Durban.
It's always a pleasure having you on the show, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Your insights are always valued. Suleman, Pakistan tour to South Africa. What have you made of the tour so far?
Yeah, it was, well, basically the Fakhar Zaman and Baba Azam show. Those two, as we spoke about them last month when I was on the show. Those two guys are crucial especially for Pakistan, and they were the match winners at the end of the day. But if you look at the Proteas, the last match, pretty they couldn't have their 5 players who were gone to the IPL, but it gave the fringe players an opportunity to express themselves, and that's when Dolphins captain Keshaf Maharaj, he had opportunity first time, and he took 3 wickets, so that was a good outing for him. And even Kyle Varane, I really rate him. And can you hear me? Sorry, I cut off.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. You were chatting to us about Kyle Varane.
Yeah, Kyle Varane. Kyle Varane, he's the next big thing in South African cricket. I expect him to make all 3 formats. I expect him to play in all 3 formats. Well, he made a 50 years ago, and Kyle Varane, that's the big thing in SA cricket.
No, definitely. But if you look at the series so far, what do we make of it? I mean, Pakistan won 2 so far. South Africa won one match. It's quite tight. I mean, we're on our home ground, expecting South Africa to dominate. However, we do see the Pakistanis coming in and giving us a bit of a show.
Yes. The Asian teams have been doing better. I'm not going to make no excuses. We've been poor for the last 2 years, to be honest with you. If you look at the record, home or away, we need to. If you look at since Boucher has taken over, his honeymoon period is over, and now the results needs to be. We have to look at the results, because remember, we need to qualify for the World Cup the next World Cup, which is in India in 2022 next year. So
that's correct. Yeah.
We don't want.
Oh, looks like we just had a break in signal with Suleman Modan. He's sharing his insights on Pakistan's tour to South Africa. Pakistan obviously took the first ODI when they beat South Africa by 3 wickets. Pakistan obviously victorious on the day. Quite an interesting one. In the second ODI, the pink ODI, South Africa were victorious, scoring 341. And then bowling out the Pakistanis for 324. Quite an interesting match. There were some talking points out of that. And then the third ODI at Centurion. Certainly the Quinton de Kock incident. What are your thoughts on that? You can pop them down in the comment section below. Tell us exactly if you thought it was ethical or not ethical. There's certainly been talk and hype around that situation all week, if you want to call it that. Many people were saying it's just pure skill from Quinny. Other people were saying that no, it's unethical, it shouldn't have been done. There's laws that should be in place for that. But I mean, South Africa won at the end of the day. Tomorrow, South Africa take on Pakistan in the first of 4 T20s. South Africa, obviously, looking to change their fortunes, looking to grab a victory on home soil. Let's see if they can grab the series. It will do wonders for the South African team, giving them much needed a boost in motivation. Heinrich Klaassen, the right-hand batsman, will be taking the captaincy on this occasion. And his insight, his experience will be guiding South Africa, let's say, to another victory. Would be interesting. We've got Suleman back. Suleman, I was just chatting now.
There's a break off there. Sorry about that.
We can't really control technology, even though it helps us in so much ways. Suleman, Heinrich Klaassen taking the reins for the T20 matches. What do you take on this?
Yeah, well, he's one of the contracted players and one of the senior players in the squad. So that's why he was given the opportunity after Themba Bavuma. I think so. It's a hamstring injury, so he's out. So Heinrich is the senior player in the squad, so that's why he was given the captaincy for the series. And he was the captain when they toured Pakistan away 2 months ago. The series was in Pakistan, so that's why he was given the job here.
Look, it just makes sense to hand over the captaincy to him. Suleman, Quinton de Kock's been in the news this week. What's your take on that stumping? Ethical, not ethical? A case of just simply wanting to win so bad?
Not really. It's all about rules. I've seen social media has been a buzz with regards to not sportsmanship and etc. But to be honest with you, if you look at the whole incident, when Aiden Markram, when he threw the ball, Quinton was screaming from that time that throw it to the bowler's end, and he was pointing. And Fakhar Zaman was not even halfway through the crease to get to Boucher, and so he was calling for the ball to be thrown to the bowler's end. And with regards to the rules, it clearly says willfully, meaning the umpires, first of all, have to be 100% sure. They can't assume stuff like that, because after the match, the umpires had a meeting with the match referee, and they agreed that it was a correct decision. And then the following day, ICC, they had a call. They normally have this briefing after every match. So ICC, they even said it themselves that the correct decisions were made. And we've had, the on-field umpires is one of the best umpires in the world and the most experienced, Marius Erasmus, and the junior was Alauddin Palaka. But the umpires made a brilliant decision. Even the other incident, I don't know if you picked up on the other incident, the Themba Bavuma catch. Did you see that one?
I missed that incident completely.
You missed that one. Yeah, that's the one. Again, social media, again, they don't know the rules. The rules clearly state, you see, Themba dropped the ball and his floppy hat fell off and it hit hit his floppy hat. Yeah. So normally when you have the helmet on the ground, when the ball hits it, you get a 5 penalty runs. So everybody was calling, even commentators, even the commentators didn't know the law there. What's on you? You cannot be penalized, because Themba had the floppy hat on him and it fell off him and the ball hit his floppy hat. So yeah, people need to know the laws of the game before commenting.
Yep, now we've got the T20s coming up. South Africa's approach to this, do we take it aggressive and go all out, or do we just take it ball for ball and play the situation? What's your thoughts on this one?
Well, there's 3 matches coming up. It's very crucial because remember, this is the World Cup here. In November is the World Cup in India. So there's no experimenting and stuff like that now. The most important thing for me is to get your Spinners. Which spinners are we going to be using? Well, Tabraiz Shamsi in T20 cricket is number 1 in the world at the moment. I'm pretty sure he's booked himself a place for the World Cup. But then there's George Lind of the Cobras. He's really good all-rounder. And Bjorn Fortuin from the Lions. So those are your other 2 spinners. I'm pretty sure South Africa will take 3 spinners. Then there's even, well, John Smuts is not in the squad, but normally he was like an all-rounder spinner who could bat. But I was really disappointed that Keshav Maharaj, again, the Dolphins captain, he never got an opportunity because he had an excellent T20 series last month, what we had in South Africa. He was going at like 3.5 runs and over. That is crazy figures when you look at those figures for T20 cricket. So, but he's not in the squad, sadly. But that's our 3 spinners: Shamsi, Bjorn Fortuin, Lind. The disappointing thing is Temba. He's injured. He's out. It would have been nice for him, his first series as a T20 captain, to get some momentum going to the World Cup. So, yeah, the next time they play, I think so, it's in Ireland, I'm pretty sure. And even Rassie van der Dussen, he's not 100% fit to play. So he might not even play the series. They're still going to do scans on him tomorrow to see if he's match fit.
Yeah. No, it's quite interesting talking about exclusions out of the squad. And I'd like to put a spanner in the works here, if you want to call it that.
All right.
We've got a South African seamer. He goes by the name of Wayne Parnell. He's been recruited for almost every T20 tournament around the world, and he's been winning trophy after trophy.
Right.
Is he not good enough to play in the Protea squad?
I wouldn't say he's not good enough. I'm pretty sure he's retired. He's retired from international, but he's coming. In fact, there's rumors that he's coming back to play in South Africa. He's coming to play for the Cobras. There's even talk of Hashim Amla coming back to play for the Cobras. So that could be 2 big signings for the Cobras. Wayne Parnell, as you're saying, T20 leagues, what I know, they normally like to pick players who are based in South Africa and not picking players who play around the world. So, that's the reasoning I can only give you. But definitely a good death bowler. He's improved from his earlier days compared to then. Now he's improved because I've just watched him. When was it? Last month. There was a T10 league and he did quite well. Yeah. So you've got a valid point, but I know Cricket South Africa like to pick players who are playing in the country.
Yeah, it's quite a tough one because Keshav Maharaj performing in the country and he still doesn't get selected. It's quite interesting. But only the selectors can give us answers to that. But I mean, your thoughts? Do you think that South Africa can get victory tomorrow over the Pakistanis? Before I do let you go.
They can. 2020 cricket, it's much easier to win because you just need 1 or 2 guys to come off. But remember, Pakistan, they got their full strength. They're not. They haven't lost players to the IPL for obvious reasons. So you still got your and Baba Azam and Fakhar Zaman, where we don't have our Quinton and David Miller, Kagiso, Andre. But the only one good thing is giving the fringe players opportunity. So this is the perfect chance for guys like Yanaman Malan and Kyle Varane. If they do well in this series, they definitely will put their names in the hat for the World Cup at the end of the season.
No, definitely. Suleman, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's much appreciated. Your insights definitely allow South Africa to get a holistic view of the sport and what is currently happening in cricket in South Africa. Shukran so much. I hope you have a great evening further. Enjoy the cricket tomorrow. Next week, we're looking forward to your analysis once again.
No problem. Jazakallah for having me. Jazakallah. Right. Take care. Right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. That was our specialist, our analyst, our cricket analyst, Suleman Modan, giving us a bit of insight on what we can expect in the T20s coming up, where South Africa do take on Pakistan. The winning probabilities for tomorrow's match is 41% to South Africa and 59% in favor of Pakistan. Quite interesting. Can South Africa cause an upset when it does come to stats? Who knows? It will all be down to the Proteas tomorrow live at 2:30. Well, up next, we're going to be chatting to Ashraf Ismail. He's going to be telling us all about what is currently happening with the South African traffic officers that will now be wearing body cameras in quest of government attempt to curb bribery and abuse from both the motorist and the police officer side. Stay tuned to Salam Media. After the break, we're going to be chatting to Ashraf Ismail. He's going to be telling us more about this topic.